Good morning, students. Today I am going to teach you the lesson measurements and motion, and this is from chapter 4, unit 4 and chapter 11, and this is for class 6. In this chapter we will learn about history of transport, measurement of length, relevance of estimations, and last one is the motion. So some history of transport. In ancient times, people used to walk using boats, animals such as horse to travel from one place to another. So, in earlier times, people used simple boats and raft that is made up of tree trunks to travel across rivers. Later invention of wheels leads to the development of some modes of transport like carts and chariots, and more advanced modes of transport such as ships, trains, cars, and aeroplanes were developed. Now comes the measurement. Measurement, it is a process of finding the length, size, and quantity of a substance. Since ancient times, peoples have used several ways to measure length. A physical quantity that has to be measured with respect to some quantity. A fixed quantity with respect to which physical quantity is measured is called unit. A unit is used as a standard of measurement. In earlier times, people used both different body parts such as handspan, cubit, fathom to measure length. Foot, pace, and yard are some other units of length that is vast on the different body parts. However, these units are not reliable as the length of the body parts varies from one person to another. So therefore people realize that the need for the standard units of measurement. Now comes what is a standard unit of measurement. It is also known as a metric system that is used around the world, and that is created by a French in 1760, is a standard set of units. And standard unit of length are, for example, inch, millimeter, centimeter, and kilometer. For example, millimeter is used to measure the thickness of length. Centimeter and millimeter are used to measure the shorter lengths. Kilometers is used to measure the larger distances. So, now comes the measurement of length. The distance of something from one end to another is known as length. It can be measured by using a ruler, tape, meter rod, or so on, basic depending upon the required purpose. It is used. Now, for example, length of a pencil that can be measured in inches. Using a ruler, height of a student can be measured using a feet scale. Using a divider, for example, how we will use a divider. Here are some figures. The divider is placed such as each tip is at the points of A and B. Then without disturbing the divider, the distance between the 2 points is measured with the ruler. Now, measuring of a length of a curved line can be measured using a string. A string is placed along the curved line and its ends are marked on the both string, and the length of the string between the marked point is measured with a ruler. Next comes the relevance of estimation. The idea of how much is estimation. It is not necessary to make accurate measurements in all cases. Rough calculation of something like quantity, value, etc. For example, in a shop, if you need to know how much bill you have to pay for certain things, so that in case you will estimate or do rough calculation in our mind. For example, estimation skills are very useful throughout our life. So we have to learn how to estimate time, volume, temperature, and etc. So now comes the motion. Motion is, I will give you a definition of some motion. So motion in physics is a motion in change in the motion with the time of the position or orientation of the body is known as a motion. For example, motion along a line. Motion are of three types: transitional motion, rotational motion, and periodic motion and non-periodic motion. Here are four types of motion: transitional motion, rotational motion, periodic motion, and non-periodic motion. So, transitional motions are those motion in which all parts of a motion move the distance in a given time along with a line or curve. For example, motion of, for example, a vehicle moving on a road, a child going down a slide, bird flying in the sky is known as a transitional motion. Transitional motions are of two types: rectilinear and curvilinear. Rectilinear motions are those when an object in transitional motion moves in a straight line, it is said to be rectilinear motion. For examples, a car moving on a straight road and a train moving on a straight track. Curvilinear motions are those motions when an object in transitional motions moves along a curved path, it is said to be curvilinear motion. For examples, a stone thrown up in the air at an angle and a car taking a turn. This one is curvilinear motions. Next comes the rotational motions. Rotational motions is that type of motion that changes with the orientation of the body. Is known as rotational motion. For example, rotating fan, merry-go-round, blades of windmill are the examples of rotational motion. Now comes the periodic motions and non-periodic motions. Periodic motions are those motion that is repeated in equal interval of time. For example, motion of bob of simple pendulum, motion of planet around the sun, motion of boy sitting in a swing are examples of periodic motion. Now comes the non-periodic motions. Non-periodic motions are those motions in which it does not repeat itself after regular interval of time, whereas in periodic motions it's repeated in equal interval of time. For examples, swaying of the branches of trees, running of batsmen between the wickets, motion of pistol in a motor when operated manually are all the examples of non-periodic motions. So these are all for the explanation.